Hello everyone, it's Tom from Backtage Studio. It's time for another Weekdays of a Wargamer. Been a little while since I've done another one, but we've got a few things to go through here. So I think the last video was roughly about sort of Templar stuff I finished off, and we'll start there again. So we have finished another Templar vehicle. This is one that was long in the painting. So this is my Hunter, which I think came out quite nicely. Went with a fairly simple paint job on it. Kind of just made the panels look a little bit worn, I suppose, with greyish, with just some edge highlighting, and obviously just put some accents of red in certain locations just to draw the out of the weapon. And also we had some white panelling there just to bring out some Black Templar bits and pieces. Also we did have a Black Templar panel I had left over, which I did whack on the front there just to sort of make it look part of the army. Also, excuse my voice, I have just recently been a little bit ill, so yeah, just bear with me if I do cough a little bit here and there. We then had this thing, which I think a lot of you may have seen me painting on stream at some point, which is my Sister Battle Exorcist. This was quite a interesting piece to paint. And I think it came out all right in the end. I don't think I want to do anything else to it, to be honest, but there probably is a few bits in there that I might be able to just finish off at some point, but overall I'm fairly happy with the result. As you can see, the model itself is really detailed. There is so many little bits and pieces on here to sort of paint and bring out if you want to kind of make it not look too bad. Quite enjoyed doing the little flame effects on here. I did some, I don't know what technique, I suppose, wet blending between different layers of orange and yellow, which seemed to come out all right. I think it had the right effect in the end. I tried to keep it in the spirit of my Argent Shroud, obviously, so a bit of white and silver and some of the golds just to sort of make it look a little bit more kind of special for the army, really. So that's that one there, the Exorcist. And then for jumping onto a completely different army again, we had 10 shooter boys that I was getting painted up. And I got these done fairly quickly in the end, actually, mainly because I'd done the skin and some of the other bits on it already, and they'd just been sitting in a box for a while, really. So yeah, and I've based them with the kind of deserty base that I'm doing for my orcs, just to keep them nice and simple. But I quite enjoyed getting these guys done because it's just another squad of 20 to add to the army, because yeah, I mean, I've already got quite a lot of orc boys anyway, but I didn't have any of the shooter variant, so this is nice to sort of do something a bit different. Plus the idea of these guys was possibly to have them in a truck, and move them around the board quite a bit. I mean, because obviously I think the truck size, it doesn't really lend it well for large groups of combat boys, but I thought these guys would be quite nice to jump out onto objectives and also just to be able to have a little bit of range shooting for the army. So yeah, and they came out all right, actually. I mean, I actually think these came out better than my normal painted orcs, because having looked back at some of the older ones, I did a few things differently here. I did some shading on the skin using some washes, as well as doing a little bit of highlighting as well. So I may go back and definitely put maybe that part of it on some of the other older models. And then more recently, you've probably seen these three vehicles getting a little bit of attention. This is the one that's the furthest along. I'm pretty much done with this one, actually. I'm going to come back and go through some detail once I finish the other trucks. So as you can see here, gone for I kept the red and green. I think someone called them Christmas Orcs once, quite amusing. But these, yeah, I think this has come out quite nicely, actually, and I'm looking forward to getting these into a battle at some point. I've had these actually sitting around on the shelf for quite a while. I just never really got around to painting them, so they have been a little bit of a pain to paint. But I think they'll be done soon, and then they'll be off my table. So that's that one. And then we had another one here, which is a slightly different looking one. On the ground, we have the wrecking ball chain on the side there. And I think there's a couple of grenades on the side of this one. So I'm kind of getting up to the point of the dry brushing stage on this one, just to sort of make it look a little bit different in places, but kept the main theme of green and red, and also the back there gave that a good wash, just to darken it down a bit, because it was starting to look a little bit garish with all the different colours going on the plating. But yeah, quite happy with those. And then the final one I've got out of those three this is what I'm working on sort of next, Here's the battle wagon here, which I'm actually quite enjoying sort of getting done. I would say it's probably more simple than the trucks because there's not so much going on with it really. I added a couple of little custom bits on the top here, just for looks. I do have the top part for this as well, which I haven't done yet, but as I was mainly going to use it as a transport, I think I may run it like this just for the moment without the guns on it. I do kind of wish I had a roller for it, but I'll have to see if I can maybe get hold of one for that. There's a few, I mean this one's not really started yet apart from some of the basic parts, so I've got a fair bit to go on there. So those are the bits that I'm currently working on, and I thought I'd go into kind of where I'm going next with the Ork army, because so basically as we pan over here to the right, you'll see everything else that I've got that is unpainted for my Orks. This is basically the last batch of stuff really, before I had to buy anything else for them. So as you can see here, we've got some Ork knobs, got quite a few of them. I didn't think I had as many of these actually. So we've got another, I think it's another 6 or 7 here. There's another one lying down at the back. In various states of, actually there's a couple more here as well, pardon me. There we go. But yeah, I kind of wanted to get them done to add, so I can actually run some squads to them. Quite a varying amount of weapons in there. I think we've got a couple of power claws knocking about. I think one of them, some of these are actually old metal ones, so which as you can see look quite different in the size actually as well. HQ wise, we have a Ork weird boy here. I can't find his base, which is a bit worrying because I don't know where the hell it is, so I'm going to probably have to come up with something myself, which isn't the end of the world. It's just because of the way that the bottom of it is structured. As you can see, it's kind of at different, different heights for the base, so I'll have to work out what I'm going to do there. I should be able to sort something out for it though. It shouldn't be too much trouble. And then I've got a little bit of cleaning up to do because I noticed when I was just putting the last bit together, I've missed a couple of bits of flash here and there, but nothing major. Looking forward to getting him done because that'll be the second weird boy for the army, because the other one I used was the Ork Shaman. Also got a couple of mechs, which Dom got me, I think probably a year or 2 ago, which I've got assembled, get them ready to go. I need to get some big mechs as well, because possibly the shock attack going or something, which I haven't actually got around to doing. We also have over here some looters, a nice squad of looters. These are pretty much at the same stage that those shooter boys were at. So the skin has got his base coat on, and some, I've done some leather work and things like that, but there's still a fair bit to do on them. But I think they shouldn't take too much longer to finish off once I get around to doing them. So looking forward to doing those as well. And then finally at the back here we have some boys with jump packs, some storm boys, and some of these are actually already partially painted. I picked these up from a friend Gavin, who's on chat sometimes. I'm sorry Gavin, but I will be removing the paint job that you've done on these, even though I quite like it. But it doesn't fit with my scheme sadly, so I will be redoing them. And also we do have, I think it's Zagruk, isn't it, if I remember correctly. So with his nice little feet there, his metal feet, claws. I'm going to try and get him done because I believe he's still an upgrade for the squad itself rather than being at a pure HQ. So I do want to try and include him if I can. So yeah, that is where I'm at the moment. I'm hoping to go show you some progress on these guys by next week. So the idea is to get all 3 of these 100% finished, and then move on to something from over here, probably the looters as they're the most farthest along, and then followed by the storm boys, and then probably everything else that's here that's not undercoated yet. So that's it. So as usual, thank you very much for watching this little update, and I really promise I'll try and do these more regularly. My idea is try and do them for a Wednesday every week if I can. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and this is Tom from Backtail Studio, and I'll catch you in the next one.